Welcome back to Ask Dr. Frankie. Today I'm excited to talk about fighting fairly. Learning how to fight fairly is one of the most important set of skills that you can learn in order to keep your relationship healthy and strong. Arguing, disagreeing, and fighting is inherent in any relationship. In fact, if you're not fighting here and there, I would be concerned. Fighting doesn't just occur in relationships that are failing. It occurs in most relationships, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. What makes a difference is how you choose to fight. The difference between couples who fight and make up from the ones who aren't able to make up is often due to the lack of skills that are necessary when trying to work through conflict in high-stress situations. Couples who fight fairly demonstrate subtle but crucial traits that keep them from becoming hostile and overly angry. I want to share 4 relationship destroyers with you that Dr. John Gottman developed. He's well known for his work on marital stability and relationship analysis. He has studied relationships for over 2 decades and is known for his ability to predict the likelihood of divorce in newlyweds. Relationship destroyer number 1 is criticism. Let's focus on the use of criticism when communicating for a minute. Criticism can be blaming, finding fault, nitpicking over small things, attacking your partner's character. Complaining isn't damaging or toxic, however, criticism is. For example, imagine you're really frustrated with your partner for not putting her dishes in the dishwasher. You could choose to communicate your frustration by saying, "Babe, I'm really frustrated that you're forgetting to put your dishes in the dishwasher, and I'd really appreciate it if you could make sure you don't forget next time." You really want to focus on the behavior, not the person. An example of using criticism in your statement would be if you said, "You're so lazy. Why can't you put your dishes in the dishwasher?" So ladies, I really want you to be thoughtful about how you say what you say. Couples who fight fairly state their request directly. If they want their partner to behave differently, they ask for it. They are able to communicate clearly about what they desire. They might say something like, "Please put your dishes in the dishwasher from now on," rather than, "I need you to change." Remember, the goal is to communicate your thoughts and feelings in a way that your partner can hear you. When we're being attacked, our ears curl, and we're no longer hearing anything you're saying because we're preparing to counterattack. Relationship destroyer number 2 is contempt. Contempt occurs when we communicate with disgust, name-calling, eye-rolling, cursing, and being hateful. Couples who show a high degree of nonverbal contempt for each other through behaviors like eye-rolling, avoiding eye contact, and shaking their heads are more likely to have relationship distress. Prolonged exposure to these behaviors build up resentment and anger that over time erodes the relationship. If you're feeling really angry and disgusted with a situation, take a breather and allow yourself some time to decompress. There's no need to feel like you need to solve the problem this very moment when you're full of anger. Keep in mind, nothing gets accomplished when we're angry. Give yourself a few minutes to cool off by taking a walk or listening to music. Then reattempt communicating with your partner in a non-contemptuous way. Relationship destroyer number 3 is defensiveness. Defensiveness occurs, for example, when you are not taking responsibility for your own stuff, turning the blame back on your partner. For example, your partner is trying to communicate her feelings to you, and you follow up by saying, "Well, you don't always put the dishes in the dishwasher either." When your partner is communicating how she feels, even if it's hard to hear what she has to say, take a deep breath and try and stay focused and present instead of planning and formulating what you'd like to say for your response. Relationship destroyer number 4, stonewalling. Stonewalling is refusing to deal with the issue and an inability to deal with conflict. Stonewalling can be displayed by your partner walking away, angry while you're trying to communicate with her, or ignoring you for hours or days after having the disagreement. Stonewalling is one of the most toxic behaviors one can engage in. If you need to take a time out from discussing the situation with your partner, communicate with her by saying you need to take a breather for a few minutes instead of walking away with no explanation. You want to be clear that you're not abandoning the situation. Rather, you're taking a few minutes to gather your thoughts and get grounded before addressing the situation at hand so that you can communicate in a healthy and productive manner. I also want to share a few additional thoughts with you. You know me, I have lots of thoughts to share. Try and limit your focus when arguing with your partner. Be careful not to kitchen sink an argument where you complain about everything at once and throw in the kitchen sink for good measure. Focus only on the issue at hand, one issue at a time. Once the argument has been discussed, allow it to be over. One important element of arguing fairly is to let the argument be over when it's done with. Remember, you're working through the argument, and the goal is to move towards forgiveness and move on. You do not want to bring up old issues again and again just to prove a point. Couples who fight fairly take the chance to make up and reconnect at the first opportunity. And finally, couples who fight fairly focus on a win-win attitude. Winning in the relationship, not about winning the fight. They remember that they are on the same team, working for the same goal, and are really allies rather than enemies. They keep the relationship as their main focus rather than focusing mainly on their personal ego. Remember, success in a relationship does not come merely through finding the right mate, but through being the right mate. Thanks for watching today's segment of Ask Dr. Frankie. Take care.